Hey everyone, welcome back to BDG Reviews. Got a bit of a slightly different video today. In the past, I've done lists of movies like that are good for people first getting into horror. And those have always been kind of interesting. But I was thinking of another topic, and that was, we all know them. We have family members or friends or whatever that have no interest in horror. And as a horror fan, you usually want to share your interests with people, right? So you kind of want to get them on board with the horror. And it's not always the easiest of things to do. So what I've done is I've come up with a list of 10 movies for normies, And like I said, um, you know who I'm talking about. Uh, so basically, I'm going to go through them and just tell you why I think these are particularly good choices. So first up, we got Ghostbusters. The main reason for this is, it's a genuinely funny movie. So you can pass it off to someone who's a big fan of comedies as a comedy. And then, get the horror aspects in there and slowly start introducing them to the horror genre, and it's a classic. Let's be honest. You can buy it really cheap. So literally, you could pick this up for $5, and then just kind of give it to your friend or whatever, and say, here, just watch it. You'll have a good time. Yeah. So there, Ghostbusters definitely is one. Another one. This actually goes for the entire series of this. I'm just showing this particular one. That's the Tremors series. The Tremors series is a genuinely fun time, and it's really great to, just put on with someone, you can essentially turn your brain off and watch it. Um, Again, it's got the, comedic elements and everything, and it's not scary, so, but it gets people in the knowledge, if you will, of, creatures and everything, and just kind of opens their perspective a little bit, you know? But yeah. Next up is Christine. This one could be a bit of a hard sell, with, the Stephen King name attached and everything. But, again, it's not overly scary. It's not gory or anything. You can pretty much talk someone into seeing Christine. Let's be honest. And it's a good introduction. Next, we got Army of Darkness. Like with Ghostbusters, this falls into the realm of being more comedy than horror, really. But it doesn't go light on the horror either. Honestly, more so than Evil Dead 2 or Evil Dead 1, I suggest Army of Darkness, simply because, like I said, people who are into comedies will see Army of Darkness and see it as a comedy. And it's just a good little gateway. Next up, we got Pan's Labyrinth, and this actually kind of goes almost for any Guillermo del Toro movie. There's enough of a separation from the horror and the mundane in it that non-horror fans can enjoy it, and so can horror fans, for two different reasons. But again, it's a good way to get someone's foot in the door, especially if they don't know you're trying to get their foot in the door. Okay, the next three kind of fall into the same category, and what that is they're essentially mystery movies, but they have a pretty strong horror elements to them. So first up, we got Fallen with Denzel Washington. You could pass this off totally just as a mystery, thriller type thing, and get your hooks in. Next is Frailty. This is a movie actually that both my parents don't particularly like horror, but they both enjoyed this movie. So it's a good way just to get it, just to open people's horizons a bit. Then also we got Identity. Identity, probably, of the three, is the most mystery element, like sided, if you will. But again, it adds in those horror elements that just can maybe just stir a bit of an appreciation. Next up, we got the original Jaws. Honestly, you could spin this anyway. You could say like, it's like an award-winning film. It's blah 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 blah. You know, it's not overly scary, not overly gory or anything. Actually, not gory at all. But um, and that's another good thing about some of these. A good chunk of these are actually have like a PG rating, so you know, you're not gonna scare anyone off with the dreaded R. You know, but yeah, it's a good place to start. And last up, this one actually might be a bit of a surprise what I'm going to mention here, and that is Crystal Lake Memories, the complete history of Friday the 13th. Now, you're probably thinking, why would a non-horror fan want to watch, like, a documentary about Friday the 13th? And the answer is they probably wouldn't. The secret here is all the behind-the-scenes, like, filmmaking stuff, all, like, the studio politics and everything like that. It's a good window into the film business. And as a result, if you get people who are genuine film fans, show them this, and by the end they'll probably be wanting to see some of the movies. Maybe not all of them. They may just pick and choose, like, well, that one looks interesting, And that's all you really need. You just need to spark that a little bit of interest. And then, see where it goes, right? Yeah, so there you go. There are 10 horror movies for normies. Yeah. Like I said, these aren't for people who are wanting to become a fan of the horror genre. These are things you can essentially sneak in to a non-horror fan's viewing experience, if you will. And you just might, open a door a little bit. So, just see what happens, right? Well, yeah, so, that's pretty much it. Down in the description below, I got my Patreon link and my merch shop link. If you want to support the channel, it's appreciated. Also in the merch shop, we have a Tumbling Podcast of Flesh merch as well. So if you feel like picking some up, it would definitely be appreciated. That's it for now. See you next time.